So today we will have Ramon and
Catrinel.
Yes. So two experts about product, right? So it's a collaboration with between Apiumhub and VP in order to provide you with some experience sharing, right, and some knowledge probably. Hopefully you will learn something. So we have some experience sharing. You will learn. You will have some food afterwards, some drinks as well. So please enjoy this evening, and thank you very much for coming. Right. So let's applaud and welcome our host team.
So, hello everyone. As I don't know, the colleague from Apiumhub was mentioning, I'm Catrinel. I'm the product principal from VP. And today I will be sharing a little bit about what we're doing in terms of fostering innovation within VeepeeTech. And of course, at this year, been a lot of talk about Gen AI, and there will be some examples by using of the projects within the company that have been using that as well. But at first, I prepared a little bit of an energizer for the conversations that will happen at the end. So this way, you see who does what, knows about what in terms of Gen AI and and all these kind of things. So the rules would never have I ever, you know them. I think some of you, yes, but please raise your hand if you tried what's going to be said on the slide. So this way other people can know what to reach you out for. So never have I ever released a feature without testing it thoroughly with AI generated data. I for sure have tried to generate test data with ChatGPT. So yeah, fake test data in a format, it puts you in a table and then you can put it for your even login, user login and these kind of things. Then never have I ever had to make a major pivot in a product's development due to unexpected market forces. I don't know about yourselves, but 3 years ago, there was a pandemic, and I think a lot of companies had to change the strategy, and I was there with the pivot. Then, never have I ever used ChatGPT to generate a list of excuses for my backlog items not being complete on time. Let's see who's honest here. And then never have I ever used Gen AI to automate parts of my agile workflow, such as backlog grooming or sprint planning. This is more for project managers, scrum master, product owners. I've tried this by inserting a list of stories within the ChatGPT, and actually it puts it correlates it quite well, so you can have a good draft. The estimations don't work. Don't try. And then never have another funny one. Never have I ever used ChatGPT to generate passwords, read and slides content to impress senior leadership. So this is not a suggestion. Good. So now about VP and Apiumhub relationship. So there has been quite a while since Apiumhub with VP have been organizing these events. They were always focused on tech topics, but today we are speaking more about product and innovation, and a little bit about VP. As you can see here, it's a retail company. It has 22-year-old. It's a French company, and that activates today in 10 countries due to a growth boost that happened in 2016 when they acquired several companies, including Privalia, which may be much more familiar to you here in Barcelona because it was a good example of the exits that happened back then. And the brand is still on the market today with this name. In terms of size, there are 5,000 employees and around on average a 3 billion euro net volume in business that they turn around every year. And quite a lot of diversity of people that work at VP, 86 nationalities, and proud to say that 60% are women. It's normal, it's a fashion retailer, but still it's a nice achievement to have this score. VeepeeTech is actually the part of the company that focuses on the tech development and on the product, where I come from as well. And we are working in tribes, similar with what you know from Spotify. And the size of the company is quite big, because there are 13 product tribes split into 63 product teams that serve the full end-to-end flow from operations, warehouse preparation, product, the products, the stock management, to all the steps to publish a sale, and then manage the members and customers, returns, payments, everything else. So it's quite complex, and everything is almost everything inside the company. We have also an innovation team that is a satellite between working closely with tech, but it's also connected with business. They treat topics, problems in terms of a rapid prototyping model. Today, 56 of these teams are using tools that have Gen AI within, or they're actually working on developing using LLM language, something that generates automatically content. So to detail more about how we foster innovation and experimentation at VP, there are 4 pillars that we use and methodologies. First of all, hackathons. Whenever there is a problem or a need, we evaluate it with the teams and the business, and we organize a hackathon. 2 days, a diverse group of people, both from business and tech, to solve a problem with the freedom of choosing the language, the technology, the framework to solve that problem. At the end of it, there's a demo and a decision to scale or to kill. Innovation team. VP has in France a big reputation of investing in R&D. They have been close to Station F and VeepeeTech since many years, with investment within their ecosystem. Station F and VeepeeTech, they are tech schools, and they have accelerators. They're well known for that, and many people ended up working at VP. So how do they treat innovation? As I said, with a rapid prototyping model, they take a problem, they build a use case, they put together a small team to deliver something that is testable, an MVP or a prototype, within maximum 3 months, with the goal of deciding at the end of this trial if this is something that needs to be developed further, or we would need to kill it because it doesn't validate the assumptions made at the beginning. Next, we have the product teams from tech. They also create rapid prototypes. They constantly use A/B testing to experiment with the response from the users on certain feature changes, and they measure through that the success of the feature, and they decide the next steps. Additionally, from the tech perspective, there's a high focus on using open source solution. It is well known that in companies that use open source solutions, there's quite a lot of innovation coming intrinsically, because there's the collaboration aspect and the community aspect. There are a lot of contributors in the open source area, and then the solution come much more faster. So why is it an innovation? In innovation support, it's because you're always working with the latest technology, and the solution, there is a much more rapid update of those types of softwares and systems, because the community always contributes and solves problems. This is also a good motivation for the developers, because they can also showcase their work. outside the company. Let me drink some water. And then I will speak today. I will give you examples from all these area projects that my colleagues have been working on this year around the innovation topic and the Gen AI topic. So we'll share with you how was the experience with the coding, how did we do a super FAQ automated to help out some support tickets and reduce the reach out to the product teams, translating a product sheet as fast as possible, generating visuals for the banners, and VeepeeChat agent. So starting with the coding, there are today more than 20 engineers using GitHub Copilot, and we have done an experiment of them using GitHub Copilot and GitHub Labs and ChatGPT to evaluate which one works best and brings more productivity and how they work with it. It was used for generating line or blocks of code, aiming to improve with the aim to improve productivity, code quality checks, tests writing. The team has also identified that writing unit tests and documentation is really, really good. And then it was used on day-to-day to autocomplete or find duplicate code and these kind of things. Here, I put an example from our VeepeeChat agent where I asked the chat to create a function in Python that converts between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And as you can see here, because I didn't specifically put in the prompt what I really want, so I got two proposals, one that shows the result and the other one that just calculates the conversion with an explanation. So it's very interesting how you can even actually learn to code. And super easy, I could ask to have the same function put into a different language in a matter of 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you get an answer. So these are the feedback. So there was an up and down, denial, resistance, resignation, acceptance, and integration. As we all know, with new things, there's always some resistance. At first, it was annoying because it was not proposing anything useful. Then it helped on the boring tasks like TTD or unit test. Then it started being great for starting from scratch. Then it saved time instead of Google search or Stack Overflow. It was documenting the code quite well. So as you can see here, it could generate, based on the code written, good documentation in line. And I can't go back without Copilot. Okay, this is a sales pitch. But yeah, you can see here Copilot versus Copilot Labs and Copilot Chat. So I don't know if you've played with this, but there's the Copilot Labs that can explain code, and you can use that. And then there's a similar with ChatGPT. There's a GitHub Copilot Chat where you ask for suggestions and help. So this is what the devs are playing with these days. Not all of them yet, but we're looking into how to scale this. Then VP department's super FAQ. So when you think about the sales preparation area for all the flash sales that the company is doing every day, I think there are more than 50 new flash sales every day posted into the platform, or I'm not sure about this number, but somewhere there. There's a lot, considering all the countries. There is a lot of new content to be generated, plus catalogs of products. And to do this, we have internal tools, several of them. For these tools, support and maintenance, we have people and also the product team that is answering some of the challenging questions. So what we did, actually the teams have been testing through a hackathon, if they would put all the PDF guidelines for those tools, software tools, to train an agent to set it up with the answers, to scroll through those documents and prompt the answer, we got a 25-50% request, quite accurate, and the issues were solved instantly. There was confusion between some contextual situations, and for this, the PDFs were revised and adjusted. Then there was a missing lexicon definitions of some specific roles that are only specific within the company. And there was some missing experience on the previous solution. So what they did, they added dictionary, and they added, like, with the definitions of the roles. And then they added also history of tickets to get the experience of what happened in the last 6 months and see how the solutions were provided. And this is an example. You can see here the prompt was, I'm a coder, how can I reconcile barcodes? And then there are the 8 steps with reference to internal tools, Spot and PIM, which are only within VP, and then the reference to the PDF for more details. And this is the result that was achieved through the hackathon. Then translate the product sheet as fast as possible. So what is a product sheet? You can see here it's the source of all the data and information that comes up on the website on the product page. So you have description, size, everything that you need to know, color to decide for purchasing. The goal for the hackathon was, there were 2 goals for this topic: to generate the product sheet based on a template, including the code and HTML, but and the text. But for this topic, because the product sheet is quite standard, the GenAI was a little bit too creative, and because it got some unnecessary information, this was dropped for now. Instead, the team saw a benefit in using GenAI to translate the product sheet in different languages. So what did they do? They used both DeepL and ChatGPT. The ChatGPT was good enough, and then they went further with it. There was positive feedback from business, and usable POC was deployed. The only problem was the speed and token limitation. So it's not that instant. And there are some fallbacks as well when the translation doesn't work. So now the tech teams are working on fixing this and refining for more accuracy. Next, we have another use case about generating sales banner images. This is one of the most exciting. So maybe you know, prompt engineering is the new skill that we all developed this year, meaning what do we write in a prompt to get what we want from ChatGPT or Midjourney. So this image, for example, is generated with Midjourney, and is quite consistent with the VP look and feel in terms of branding and image. So sales preparation team, again, have been playing with Midjourney, or working, actually, it's not a game, DALL-E and Lexica, in terms of deciding which one serves best and brings more results. And they got to the point in which they are mixing their work to gain productivity between actually doing the manual design adjustments and generating images with Midjourney. So, for example, taking the brand's product with their brief, this part of the images was generated with Midjourney, and then it was used for the background with a little adjustment of placing the product in the banner. So for those of you that are familiar with design, you can understand the benefit. This is another example with the brand's product, the colors and the context. Midjourney, as you can see here, they generate a product, but it's never as the real one. So that's why it cannot be used end-to-end flow. So at the end, the designers are placing the products within the background, and this way you can generate the look and feel in a more creative way, and you have new opportunities. So there are three areas of success the teams have identified. Benefits of creating the backgrounds with the production time reduced, but still there is a lot of retouch needed. Then we have the model generation that brings much more diversity. It's a cost reduction, but it requires extra time. And you will see there are some downsides. And then generic products, background, textures, characters. So with this, as you can see here, there is another type of dynamism and creativity that can be brought through Midjourney rather than the typical background that you can set up in a photo shoot. And this is also like a lot of dynamism and images that are appealing. So what were the downsides? As you can see here, it's very obvious how the actual product of the brand differs from the image generated. Even if it's very close, it's quite different. For this is very obvious. So this is why it cannot be used yet end-to-end. And we still require the input of the designers. Then there are some censored keywords that are not able to, that blocks the usage of Midjourney for the sales of underwear or sex toys or this kind of product. And there is this example that is the funny one where Midjourney becomes too creative, and with the same prompt, they can generate perfect and the results, but also super bad results. So many materials can't, many trials need to be done to reach the desired results. So there, as you can see, we have like a leg hand thing very creatively done. So today, 57 banners per, this is how they started the team, 57 banners per month. They were generated through Gen AI, but today we're above 50% of the banners that use Gen AI to generate. And last but not least, this is our VP chat. It's an interface created on top of OpenAI that all the VP employees have access to, and they can enhance their productivity without risking the security challenges of using the public version. We have available both GPT-4 and GPT-3, and as well, it can be used for productivity, code generation, all the topics that you've already seen, plus Brainstorm as a product assistant for debug, for reports, synthesis, and even market research. As an example, and what we want to do next with this VP chat, there are two types of data that can be that can enrich VP chat, or that you can enrich ChatGPT as well, to make it more personalized to your company context. There is static information about the company, the history, things that do not change constantly, and then there is dynamic data. With the dynamic data, the data team has been working on a prototype to create this data bot look that integrates dynamic information from dashboard into Slack, so that you can query to Slack and you get the results without having to move to the dashboard and checking for yourself. So yeah, with this, the next milestone is to add static data and also dynamic information that we would need on a day-to-day. And with this is my talk. It's been a very exciting year to learn about all these projects that my colleagues have been developing. And I'm looking forward to see what's next on this ones. So we can move to the questions. Any curiosities? Yes, Robert.
So the data you insert, if you insert, in case you insert their data, it's then not used for the training model of ChatGPT. And if so, how did you get them? I'm asking because at my previous company, we had, once it came out, once people started using AI tools, there was a presentation by the IT guy saying like, no sensitive data whatsoever can be connected, used from a database, Excel sheets, where you can see maybe the customer name or anything that is sensitive to it. And I was just wondering if that's the case, how did you get there?
So we're using the paid version, and we have adapted the solution, and we own the data on Azure cloud, and it's stored. It's even written in the if I go back, yeah, it's no, I don't have it here, but it's stored in-house. We control the data that we put in and out because we pay per token of usage. And there's a license fee to be able to develop and make it like an agent.
Thanks.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Well, I'm curious. Thank you. I'm curious how it's managed in the whole organization, like how much is bottom up and organic and how much is like an initiative from the top down and like let's say expected from each department maybe to have some initiative about Gen AI.
You actually touched a good point. So it started organically at the beginning, and then innovation team and the CTO have been discussing on what next to do with this topic. And then it went viral, as we all know, outside the company was anyway very trending. And then inside we started working on it. There is also the VeepeeDNA to work with open source and latest solution that made us really open and towards adoption and trying out things. So it was a balanced way, and the people when they started trying it out, the response, even when it came top down, then the response was really positive, and then they started to contributing, coming up with ideas and so on. So it was a mixed topic. It's not hard to not use ChatGPT these days. Yes, please.
Thanks for the talk. How do you manage from the company perspective the adoption of these new technologies in terms of not breaking so many things, processes, tools that you're already using internally, so you can adopt these new tools, technology use cases more effectively and faster?
So as any tech organization nowadays, we work with OKRs and initiatives. So both of you mentioned some of the topics that we revise every quarter. And whenever there is something new, it goes into this initiative priorities, where we have today a Gen AI topic that is actually pitched to the top management and discussed, and the business case is built on top. And not all the teams are doing Gen AI or working on Gen AI, just the ones that where we can see already value in it. And then first trial is always done by innovation team and a small group of people. And then we present the results, we adjust and adapt to the product.
Okay. Did you learn anything to do it better, more without breaking so many things and being more flexible to new coming innovations?
I think we always learn when these new technologies come up. and then it's a matter of time until the adoption grows. So, for example, with VeepeeChat, now it's I think used by almost everyone in the company. At the beginning, people were not that keen, but once they discovered, we also do another topic to enhance the capabilities. We created some internal online courses that people can do on demand on their own time to learn more about how to use the tools, both from tech perspective as a developer, but also as business. And we have these expert corners where we showcase the new topics, more cases for usage of the AI tools, depending on the role. So, for example, we did one for product management. Welcome.
Thanks for the talk. So all those examples, I think that most of the examples are related to internal use cases. So I mean, the end users are right now, they're not consuming something generated by GenAI, or what are you? I'm understanding you are starting first with the technology, internal use cases. It makes a lot of sense, but what are the opportunities that you see for consumer-oriented features?
Thank you for the question. It's very interesting how much how you manage the exposure to the members and so on. The images that you've seen, those appear on the website. So that's one interaction that is with the consumer. In terms of customer support or these kind of things, the experience that VP wants to have, it's a very personal one. And I think there is a potential there, but it needs to be explored more. For now, it's more a human interaction than the use of AI. Yeah. Do you have a specific example in mind?
No, I was thinking more on terms of revenue, how the company can increase its revenue based on those new features. Not only saving money or saving time on internal processes, but really having an impact on revenue generation.
Yeah. This is something that we can measure with time. We're still in the experimentation phase where you try if it works, and then you're happy if it works, and then you can scale up. And then it's the phase of impact, the business impact measurement, indeed. Thank you for the question. I think.
Is there any other question? No.
For now, no. Thank you so much.